Hello, everybody. This is Purge, bringing you guys Game 3 of this best of 3 in the semifinals of the Avermedia Cup. It's NoTidehunter versus Complexity, and I'm with CatZ again. CatZ, how do you think this game is going to go? It's been back and forth.
This is CatZ here with Purge, and I think this game is going to go fantastically well. Are you going to become a robot? That's the question.
Probably multiple times in the cast. I just did some bandwidth checks, and they were terrible looking. Like, at times, it would go to 0 or 11. 11 out of 2,700 bits is not enough, or bytes, megabytes, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I kind of fall in love with NoTidehunter's play yesterday. I'm a fan of Eternal Envy. Loda played fantastic yesterday. He's not with them today. I like the fact that Admiral Bulldog, I didn't know about him, that he was a pop star and just got picked up by NoTidehunter, so that's pretty cool. Eternal Envy being a US East player of Dota that played in DCL as well. I don't know. I just really like them as a team. I think they're cool. And then there's Complexity. And Complexity has, you know, the all Complexity team. Mike, TC, Fluff. Really creative picks. And I used to be in Complexity when they got picked up. So I kind of like those guys. They're cool, you know. And then standing, we have Mikey, another great North American player, and Boba. The person who got me my first Dota 2 key.
Really?
A good friend of mine. Yeah, so definitely rooting for Complexity, I think, but I'm completely unbiased, so...
100%.
Yeah.
Darkseer is the first pick. I haven't seen Complexity actually play Darkseer yet, and I'd like to point out, Complexity was the team that showed the world how OP Darkseer was. It was them. Blame them. It's their fault. They were the ones that started long-laning Darkseer constantly and picking Darkseer to the point where Navi started banning them, and then it was just all downhill from there. Because people did not want to have to deal with the hero at all, because he is so strong. But he has been seeing a lot more play lately. Jakiro was banned by NoTidehunter. A very good hero against Templar Assassin, as we saw the last game. And Tinker again drafted by Complexity, and they grab a Wisp, so this opens up tons of possibilities. Now, I think it's going to be pretty obvious. I mean, NoTidehunter is just going to ban good Wisp heroes, so I think they'll probably ban Chaos Knight, Tiny, and maybe even Sven as well. Yeah. Unless they draft Sven themselves. We'll see. But Bounty Hunter, TA are their picks. So they've got a good long lane, they've got TA mid, and now a Disruptor, actually. Interesting.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's a way that Bounty Hunter could abuse Wisp a little bit, but I'm not sure.
Well, Wisp does have low armor, so you can focus him down a little bit. If Wisp has a bad early game, it's all going to come down to the Wisp plus whoever combo. If they have a rough game, if they can't get a lot of kills in the early mid, it can be an issue for them. They won't do as much late game. But we saw how well Bulba did last game against a freaking TA. I mean, his ability to outlast hit is amazing. And that's really what's making the difference here, I think. I'm completely honest with that. TA crushes almost every single lane because his base damage is so high that he can outlast hit just about anybody. And Bulba has shown...
This Raptor, a great counter to Wisp in many ways, too. You can just glimpse him. Glimpse one of them back, and the other one's going to be trapped there.
That's the idea, I think. That's why they picked up Disruptor right away. Because if they ever get ganked, you can just glimpse back the carry hero, usually. You can send him back, or send Wisp back, and then you can 3v1 the carry hero by himself.
Right. So you send Wisp back if you want the expensive kill, I suppose. And you send the carry hero if you're just, like, essentially by yourself. Like, say, 1 or 2 heroes, just easy kill and Wisp. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, this Raptor is safe, to say the very least, and they're going to rely a lot on his ability to TP in to help out and his ability to position himself well to counter that.
Yeah, and Disruptor actually also very good against Tinker. It's the same principle. Tinker also a hero that TPs a lot. Now, even if he gets sent back, he can rearm and come back into the fight, but that's still a couple seconds of engagement that he might miss out on. Or even if he's using Force Staffs or Blinks to initiate, that's also going to be an issue. And surprisingly, Complexity is going to be the one to ban out the awesome Wisp hero, which is Chaos Knight, and NoTidehunter wisely banning Tiny next, because Tiny Wisp, there's no way that... I can't imagine that Complexity actually expected to get Tiny, to be honest. After they picked Wisp there, I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, especially seeing how good of a Tiny they can play in the last game. It had to be an obvious ban for NTH. If they're getting Tiny without the need for an extremely good combo, then let's definitely ban that before they get that along with Wisp.
One more ban left for each team. And NoTidehunter has a support mid and a long lane, so they need a carry and a jungler possibly. Still no Chen or Enchantress ban, so we may see that played again by NoTidehunter. Ake played the Chen very well in the first game. Keep in mind we're tied up 1-1 here, so whoever wins the next game is going to move on to the finals. So this game is very, very crucial, and picks make a large impact on the game. If you have bad lanes, it puts you in a terrible place in the mid game, and it's really tough to win. And Sven's going to get banned again by Complexity, very wise. I mean, just don't let him get it. Force him into other picks in the first round, and don't let him use that carry that they've been winning games with regularly.
Yeah. I'm surprised CK and Void both got banned before Sven. But at the same time, I'm happy that NTH got Disruptor. I feel like that would have been an obvious ban from Complexity, and they really didn't hesitate for a second. That's an awesome pickup, and it's a very situational pickup, at least for them. I mean, we've seen him play a bunch of times, and we can tell that this is purely situational. So I really like it when that happens.
And one last ban. Probably going to be a carry or a Wisp combo hero. And they've got a minute and 30 seconds left. So they've got plenty of time left to make their decision here. What other good Wisp combos? They could do lots of heroes. Heroes like PA can work if you really want to. It's going to be a Dragon Knight, surprisingly. Not a hero I expected to get banned.
I mean, it could work out with the Wisp as well. Yeah, and it is a carry, so...
It's not something that we see very often because Dragon Knight's burst damage isn't quite the same as something like, you know, PA or Tiny or whatever, because you only have about 12 seconds to get in and out. And Dragon Knight has a stun and he has Flame Breath, but it's not like you expect him to do insane damage until he gets a lot of core items up, which is the important part. So I don't know if he's necessarily the typical Wisp combo, but won't see him this game regardless. And now Complexity has about a minute left to make their decision. I assume they'll grab maybe their hard carry now. If not, they'll grab a tri-lane here. I expect to see a tri-lane out of them. Wisp plus carry plus third tri-lane. This will guarantee that they will be able to win that lane, most likely, especially against Bounty Hunter.
Rubik's still around too.
That's also true. Another good support hero. Can steal some good stuff from Disruptor. Stealing Glimpse would be fantastic. Sometimes.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Keep it up for... You can keep the spell for a long time, to the point where you'll probably get uses out of it. But usually you'll be better off stealing things like Track. Rubik is great against Bounty Hunter. 30 seconds left.
The traps too. I think the traps don't run out whenever you're they don't disappear. They stay in the game, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you could also steal traps. Track the traps or even Disruptor ulti. Now, Disruptor ulti is not the best without Kinetic Field, but you still can see uses. And I'd also like to point out that Complexity doesn't have a whole lot of disables right now before they get the cheap on Tinker.
So Enigma maybe?
NoTidehunter, though.
Oh,
no
Warlock.
way.
Okay.
That is really surprising pick out of Fluff here. Wow.
Yeah, because what are they gonna combo the Wisp with, right? I mean, Rock,
pick,
sure, but that's level 6. But yeah, it has to be the last pick.
That would be hilarious if they actually did Wisp plus Infernal ganks.
Yeah.
Drop the rock. I need to go gank somewhere on the map.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, what else could they do?
It's going to be the support here, though. That's the idea. I think what they might be aiming to do is vacuum Upheaval.
Are they gonna purely rely on Tinker then for the carry?
No, they'll pick a carry with their last pick. It'll be a melee hero, most likely. But I think what they're looking for is the Upheaval.
DK is gone, CK is gone, Sven's gone. Who are they gonna pick? A carry hero that can combo with Wisp.
Phantom Assassin would work. It's not very common, but you could...
Oh, Juggernaut! What about Juggernaut?
You could also Juggernaut. That's also a very good point. Anti-Mage is the pick out of NoTidehunter. One of the most feared carries in the game. Most importantly, Complexity has terrible disables right now, so Anti-Mage is going to be really tough to deal with.
Yeah, and holy guacamole, they have so much intelligence as well in that team. And
That's true.
Like, yeah, it's going to drop the Tinker and the Wisp so fast. I'm guessing Anti-Mage is probably going to go for a Basher later on and just to like bash on the Tinker and keep it around. You know, like
possibly,
it's gonna kind of negate all the mobility that the Tinker gets from like Force Staff and the Blink.
And stuff,
it's like you keep refreshing that. I'll keep chasing you and burning your mana. See how long you can do that for. Gyrocopter.
Not the hero I expected to see, but Gyrocopter is the pick.
Gyrocopters.
Recently buffed. I believe his God, what is it? Did Flat Cannon get a bigger AoE? Homing Missile does more damage at closer ranges.
Wait,
and
when did it get buffed?
Do you read changelogs at all, man? Man, I make videos.
No, man.
You could watch my
Like,
changelog videos, and I explain everything.
Yeah, maybe I should. When did he get buffed?
Recently, his homing missile does more damage at closer range. I think Rocket Barrage does more damage as well. And maybe Flat Cannon AoE increased by a slight amount. I think that was the only differences, though. Not a very typical Wisp combo, but he doesn't have to rely on the tether here. He can rely on Flat Cannon and attack speed from Overcharge. So you can deal out that damage much faster in the AoE. And if he goes safe lane, he can be a counter against Anti-Mage. It can happen. If Gyrocopter just gets physical damage, he can just do tons of AoE against the Radiant team, or the Dire team, excuse me.
Gyrocopter's an insane hero, man. I fucking love Gyrocopter.
He's good.
And his ult can combo pretty well with the Rock as well. And with Vacuum.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think we're going to see upheaval out of the Warlock. Fatal Bond's upheaval is what we're going to be seeing. I would like to see that. Either way, he could do Fatal Bond's Shadow Word and do equivalent things. Because even Fatal Bonds with AoE from Flat Cannon is going to do just enough. And if it was a more typical hard carry, like a single target damage hero, I would have been like, it's not the best combo with Warlock. But the fact that he has Fatal Bonds and Flat Cannon, he's going to do damage in an AoE, physical damage, which is going to be further accelerated by the bonds. So I think they have some potential here. They don't have very reliable disables for the early game. In fact, the only stun they have is Gyrocopter stun, the Rock, and Tether. That's it until Tinker gets a sheep stick. So it might be hit or miss from complexity, but I love the theory craft of it. I think it's pretty cool.
But I mean, look at the other team. They don't really have all that many disables at all as well.
That's true. And that's
Both
kind of...
teams might as well, just skip BKBs.
It's possible.
Those are weird lineups, but I love them.
Yeah. All right. No golden Roshan courier for some sad reason.
What?
Disappointed. Just a regular one. Does the Dire team have one?
What?
Nope. Just a Sneevil. Let's go over the players, though. For the Radiant team, this is Team Complexity. Currently tied 1-1. We have Mikey going for the long lane as Darkseer. Mid lane is going to be Bulba playing Tinker again. IX Mike playing the Warlock. We've got Fluff on the Wisp. And finally, TC playing Gyrocopter.
Yep.
For the Dire team, NoTidehunter also at 1 point. Admiral Bulldog playing Bounty Hunter. Mid lane is going to be S4 and the Templar Assassin. We have Follow Atki on the Chen. Very good Chen player. Eternal Envy playing Disruptor, and the final player is going to be Stand in the Bush playing Anti-Mage. We're going to try to run control.
So Bush just straight up replacing the carry role that Loda was playing. That's pretty cool.
Interesting ward here. This is going to prevent the Darkseer from stacking Ancients. The reason they're doing this, obviously Darkseer can't kill the Ancients, but guess who can? It's the Gyrocopter. So
the Gyrocopter.
Ooh, and it looks like Fluff might be pulling mid lane, actually. He's killing some of the trees with Tether. I don't know if they did the best job here, but...
Wait, so that word actually stops the Ancients?
I'm guessing it will. Otherwise, he wouldn't have placed it there.
Doesn't seem to give him vision of anything.
Yeah, which is why he probably put it there. It's hidden, so it'll block the Ancient spawn. It won't give you vision, but all you need to do is block the Ancient spawn. We'll catch it in about 20 seconds here. There's the sentry put down by IX Mike. They saw Eternal Envy crossing the river, so they're guessing that they are going to counter it. And it's very good ideas, but unfortunately, since he put the word in such a weird spot, IX Mike didn't spot it. And I don't know if he'll find it. I've never seen somebody put a word here, and we'll see in about 7 seconds if it does spawn it. He checked for the word,
works,
but yeah. He's got to assume that it's going to be there. Maybe he's not even thinking about it. He just assumed that he put it high ground, like right here. And it's not there.
Just used the laser while Templar Assassin had refraction on it.
Yeah, he did that on purpose. He was just doing it for the miss chance.
Oh.
He wanted for him to miss for 3 seconds. That was that the first last hit? TA only has 1 deny right now, whereas Bulba's at 3 last hits and 1 deny. That's why he grabs laser. He uses it again right there. Look at that.
Doing it. What the hell?
Because 3 seconds of miss. Templar Assassin can't last hit if he's got 100% miss chance.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's why he's able to outlast hit a TA. If he can't last hit for 3 seconds, it's good stuff for him.
He gonna do it. He gonna do it.
What?
Oh.
No? No. Top lane, Darkseer taking some harass from Disruptor. He's cast quite a few Iron Shells already. Quite low on mana. I'm sorry, that must have been... No, it wasn't mana drain from Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage grabbing Spell Shield level 1, very wise. Very good against Darkseer. But Darkseer is actually decent against Anti-Mage for this reason. Any melee carry is going to have trouble last hitting against a Darkseer. Or at least will take HP harass whenever he does attempt last hits.
Yeah, definitely. Taking a bunch of damage there already.
Yeah, even with the Stout Shield.
Yeah, but like does this... Wait, that's not physical damage, is it?
Nope,
or
it's
Stout Shield for anything. So
Stout Shield doesn't block. It only blocks the creep damage. Doesn't block the Ion Shell.
right, that's what I was thinking. So yeah.
Fluff with some interesting tethering onto creeps. Not quite sure why he's doing this, but he is. Just to move around a bit. 2 levels of Rocket Barrage. I love this. I actually think this skill is one of Gyrocopter's best. Flat Cannon is obviously fabulous late game, but early game Rocket Barrage does insane damage. I mean, level 1, it does 11 damage with 10 rockets. That's 110 times 3. It's 330 magic damage for 1 skill point. If it's only 1 hero,
Dude,
of course.
Rocket Barrage is the best skill ever. Flat Cannon, overrated.
I disagree. Flat Cannon better late. But...
I double disagree.
Okay.
I think Flat Cannon is better when you have more DPS.
Oh, yeah.
Or when you're just trying to like push and clear creep waves.
Mm-hmm.
But Rocket Barrage, it's only 90 mana. It will do something similar than Flat Cannon will. Like you can still farm really well with it, and it does a crap load of damage if you can catch a hero by himself, which is why he's gonna what he's gonna be using with Wisp more than likely. And he's going for the same build that I go. Actually, he's just leveling Humming Missile and Rocket Barrage.
Really, and not getting Flat Cannon. So
I don't get Flat Cannon until till later on when you have more DPS for it to be a little bit more useful.
And keep in mind this Observer Ward did block the Ancient Camp, by the way. But I guess that's not the plan of Complexity. They're not concerned with grabbing AoE farm for Gyrocopter. And if we look at what Fluff is, or IX Mike has been doing this whole time, actually, he has been killing trees. He's pulling and stacking small camp, or he's stacking large camp. He's pulling small camp is what's happening. And he's going to deny all of this EXP. Very, very high level pulling going on from IX Mike. And this is so fantastic because it's going to kill the whole creep wave. None of these creeps are going to go to the TA, and that's going to slow down his EXP this game. So smart.
Yep. Yeah, big problem Gyrocopter is gonna have with the Humming Missile is it gets dodged whenever your opponent goes invisible. So
that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna force the invisibility out, I suppose, but they really need something else, like something like Dust, in order for them to be really useful against Bounty Hunter here, and that's probably one of the main reasons for which. NoTidehunter picked Bounty Hunter here because they knew. Oh, look at that damage, man!
Wow.
How can you go for the Flat Cannon when you have a Rocket Barrage? Did you see that shit?
I did, and he popped. He went invis, but it's a 1 second delay time to go invisible on Shadow Walk, and that was literally 90 mana from TC, and he just dropped the Bounty Hunter that low. That's so cool to see. Buys a Bracer, probably will be a Drum afterwards, so he's going to go Tranquil Drum on Gyrocopter. Huge movement speed, and movement speed is a big deal in Gyro because Rocket Barrage is based on proximity, which means you want to be as fast or faster than your opponents. So pretty cool build out of TC playing Gyrocopter here. And also,
definitely.
Fluff has no options to basically shut down the Bounty Hunter with Harass, so all he's doing is just pulling and stacking. And that's a good way to shut him down, because that's EXP that he's never going to get. So, very smart play.
Not just that, but Gyrocopter also needs a lot of XP. He's getting it like crazy. So that's good. Now, Bulldog is actually going for Fluff. He found him, and Wisps are so very squishy. Is he going to do something about it? Oh,
sick damage.
In the face.
Fluff's going to put on the Spirits. He's looking for Bounty Hunter. I think he's got to be a little worried. He now can see where the Bounty Hunter was based on his pull. Trying to pull it into the wave, and he is going to catch at least 1 creep. So we'll see this range creep get denied. Unless Bulldog actually messes it up, which might happen here. He'll probably just hit the range creep. Yep.
Look at TC though. TC being the pretty like level 6 already. That's insane. And we missed the first blood.
Yep, missed first blood. Darkseer down on the top lane. Anti-Mage with the last hit. Yes, he did get it. Eternal Envy using a glimpse. So, but it's double net creeps. That's why. Aki had double net creeps, and that's going to be able to stop a Darkseer from moving.
Oh wow. Yeah, as well as the glimpse. I mean, glimpse. Pretty good skill to have against the sprint. Well, Jesus, guacamole, I'm having a surge.
Yeah, it's very hard to remember all the names.
Yeah.
Bulba grabs a haste rune top. He might actually go and defend this. Tower's going to be picked off pretty soon, though, so he's got to hurry. And he still hasn't popped the haste. He's going to come around the backside, actually, is what's happening. There's the Fatal Bonds on top of Anti-Mage. It's doing some pretty good damage, actually. Upheaval is being used. The slow, that's a level 1 Upheaval. Glimpse is going to send Bulba back, so it's going to buy them at least a little time. Missiles get cast as well, puts Aki low.
Nice net. Really nice net. And you called it, man. He is going for Upheaval Fatal Bonds this game. And they're gonna deny that tower, so that's good for complexity. TC doing a fantastic job still with the gyrocopter at bottom, and he grabbed Tranquil Boots, which is a little bit surprising because as you were saying, like he really needs mobility. But at this point in the game, like Tranquil Boots so cheap, he just wants to stay in the lane forever, and he knows he's pretty much soloing against the Bounty Hunter, so he just wants regen. But I mean, he still has his healing salt, his Tango. I'm not sure I understand the choice to go for Tranquil Boots all that much.
They're still really good movement speed, honestly. They're better than all of the other boots, I believe, and except for Phase, of course. They're at 75 base, which is higher than Treads, higher than Arcane Boots. It's not as good as Boots of Travel, but considering the money you spend on it, it's only 525 gold, I believe, past regular boots. It gives you pretty much unlimited regen without having to buy a Ring of Health. I mean, if you're basically building a hero that you know you'll probably need some regen, but you don't want to buy a Ring of Health, you buy Tranquil. And I've seen IG, for example, the International 2 winners, they would go Tranquil Boots every game on Luna, actually. They would go Tranquil with Drum. So it's a very inexpensive way to get everything you need and a little movement speed as well, with some stats.
Yeah.
It's not as high damage, but whatever.
Yeah, and you can probably sell that and get like something like Boots of Travel or other boots later on. I mean, and it doesn't hurt that much, you know? It's like, oh, I barely spend any money on this.
Yep, exactly. You only spend a little bit of money on it. Doesn't cost a whole lot. Homing Missile being maxed out. Pretty low cooldown as you max it out, down to 11 seconds. And it does do more damage now. Does more damage at max, I think, and bigger stun duration, 2.8 seconds. I forgot that the stun duration now scales. He's going to probably be casting that constantly on Anti-Mage, is what I'm guessing in team fights. Because if he can just keep him stunned while the team fighting is happening, that's going to be fantastic. Another Observer Ward on the Ancient Camp, as the stacking has gone up. 3 stacks now in the Ancient Camp. And
yeah, look at that. Rocket Barrage is also maxed, and at max, that pretty much has no cooldown, which is awesome. You can just, like, oh, that's so much damage. I love that hero. Oh, you asked me to predict what hero is gonna, like, this one, man. Gyrocopter.
Gyrocopter.
Best hero ever.
They are counter pushing a bit. S4, he's invisible, but they have the sentry down so they can see it. Fluff being chased. He's pretty low on armor and HP. There's the Melt Strike doing damage, but S4 in trouble. The Rocket Barrage gets him. Oh my god. See you
later, TA. Holy guacamole.
So much damage.
Who is that?
That's so much. That's 700 magic damage out of level 4 Rocket Barrage on a solo target. That's ridiculous.
Amazing. And Rocket, and it gets rid of TA's refraction right away too.
And it's a 5.5 second cooldown. It's such a good spell.
It's insane. So yeah, good thing. I feel like they were almost trying to bait out the CK pick, but then the other team banded themselves because for the same reasons, Gyrocopter is so very strong against the Lucians.
Yeah, once he gets Flak Cannon.
His ult and Rocket Barrage and Flak Cannon, it just destroys everything.
Yeah, it really does. 60 last hits on him now. He's behind Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage is sitting at Treads with a Perseverance, so Anti-Mage not slacking at all here in terms of farm rate. Fluff is currently sitting on farm top. Tried to right-click the Anti-Mage, but with the poor man's shield up, he's only hitting for about 37.
Yeah.
Not that much here.
Yeah, Wisps are cute to watch.
Yeah. Super cute.
They're just like, they're like, oh, I'm gonna hit you, dude.
The same voice. Not a robot voice at all. How's Tinker doing? 10 minutes in, doesn't have his Boots of Travel yet, but he's about to kill the Ancients, and I think this is going to give it to him. Not as many stacks as they were maybe hoping for here, but he should be able to take this.
And they're going on TC right now. S4 with the haste as well. Rocket Barrage, he might take someone with him. Gyrocopter!
The Chen heal was too much.
Oh! Nope, he's invisible. Oh, he gets him!
Oh man, he walked into the sentry range. I can't believe it. That was really lucky for Gyro there.
That was some guacamole. He not only did he walk in the sentry range, but also Templar Assassin was right-clicking the missile. So yeah, it almost felt like Admiral Bulldog wasn't sure if the missile was gonna hit him while he was invis, or maybe he thought there was a sentry where he was standing. Either way, that killed him, man. Walking into sentry range. Gyrocopter.
2-1. He buys an Ogre Club. Is he going Aghanims or is he going to go BKB? Is the question. I think it's going to have to be BKB though because of the Thrall. BKB is so necessary. Oh wow, they find S4. This is going to be an easy kill. Maybe Bulba. There's the upheaval actually slowing him by quite a bit. Pretty decent slow down to 100 movement speed, and there's the right clicks. Only temporary though. Looking for another tether. Perhaps we need an Ion Shell from Mikey. 2 levels of Ion, 2 Vacuum, and 2 Surge coming after S4. He's got phase though, so he's quite fast. And he goes high ground. There's the Vacuum. There's the tether stun, and there's the Ion Shell now. Now chasing after S4. There's the missile. They're going to be able to find where he's going for. The spirits are chasing. They really want to get S4. This keeps happening. S4 being dived upon by everybody on the enemy team. But look what's happening on the backside. Aki's taking creeps with the anti-mage. They're going to glimpse on somebody. Eternal Envy's trying to get away. Admiral Bulldog doing some damage here. Might see a rocket barrage. He can't get out of the kinetic field, and they're going to teleport. They're going for it. They TP for Eternal Envy, but a little bit too far outside of range. Here comes the rocket and the vacuum, and this is going to be it for Eternal Envy. I don't think he's going to survive this no matter what. Unless Bulldog kills the missile. This is the only way. He's got to kill this missile.
That's what they're going for. Bulldog's going for it, and he's not going to be able to see you later. Alligator.
And TC was way gone. He shot the missile, and he's like, oh well, have fun.
You know, I was going to say, I think Gyrocopter could very well go for A&M Scepter this game. It's not an item that I particularly like on Gyrocopter all the time, but this game I would really like it because the Wisp is around. So he can really help with the ganks from anywhere in the map.
Wow, the missile got the kill again. Bulldog is now being chased. What is going on in this game? Another rocket barrage. Bulldog goes high ground. The rock goes down. The damage over time. It puts him low. He pops the wand. He's low again, but I think he's going to get away unless they have a gem or something. They've surely out of... Yeah, sentries are out, so the rock was used. Doesn't get the kill.
Yep, might have to use it to get the tower here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So not the worst thing ever, with a hero and a half done pretty much, meaning that the Bounty Hunters has to go back to heal after that. So get the tower, not too bad.
Yeah, Gyrocopter's still level 9, no flak cannons yet.
And we're going to see him buy the thingy, the point booster. Go, point booster, motherfucker!
No point booster here.
So it looks like he will be going for the BKB, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it has to be the BKB, because if he gets caught in Thrall ulti, he just dies. I mean, the silence is so clutch. If you can land a good Thrall ulti on the enemy team with a kinetic field, you just stand there and you die. So easy. Bulba's actually getting killed. Very, very easy kill on him. Anti-Mage showing up. He does have Boots of Travel, so he didn't lose a whole lot of gold there. Or get set back too much, but he's going to be dead for 30 seconds, so no farming for him, unfortunately.
Yeah. And they're going for Rosh, actually. Eternal Envy and Aki. They're just weakening Rosh until S4 shows up, I suppose. There is S4 getting to Rosh. And, yeah, they're going to go for it.
There's a Meld Strike on the Roshan to kill it faster. Chen creeps helping out. Attack speed. There's the drum, giving some armor on top of that. Gank
TC is actually going for the Yasha now.
Oh, interesting. They're ganking with the Darkseer here. There's a tether stun. They're going to do some damage, but he will blink away. Surge gets used. Interesting skill build on Mikey. We talked about this the other day. But he's maxing out Vacuum first. He only has 2 levels of Ion Shell, and he's going for early Vacuum. Pretty cool to see.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Still 2 levels of Surge. So, yeah, probably going to see level 4 Vacuum before a 3rd Ion Shell, and then straight for the wall. Or perhaps
Gyro in
you think
trouble.
he's just going to keep it at 2 Ion Shells.
I'm not sure. We'll see what he does with the Ion Shell. Could go a lot of ways. Wisp denies mid tower. They sent back... Oh my god, we actually saw Bulba die bottom. Bulldog jumped on him with Anti-Mage, I think. He got sent back with the Glimpse, and he never made it back mid. I thought he was going to. And Gyro died. And I think Gyro might be going Sanj and Yasha.
You think so?
Look at his items.
I mean... Yasha, he's going for sure, but I don't know about Sanj. Like, I mean, he likes...
You might be right.
Movement speed on Gyro.
Movement speed is good. I've gone to Sanj and Yasha on Gyro before and it felt really good. I don't necessarily know if that means it's good, but
I wonder if
it might just be Yasha Black King Bar though.
Do you think you can get Maim on all the targets that Black Cannon's hitting?
Nope,
no,
just
right?
the primary.
Just the primary one.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't see why he should go Sanj and Yasha. Probably just the Yasha, and he just got the Overworld Club because he might be going for a BKB or even a Naganim Scepter later on. But he definitely wants that movement speed. You definitely need a Yasha or a Shadow Blade or both, or a Blank Dagger or something like that to make your ganks a lot more effective.
Well, Complexity really wants to push now. They've got the rock up, and I think this is why. They've got their cooldowns. They want to fight. Still no wall from Darkseer. He's only level 8. Mechs can be purchased, though. 3 Ion Shells, 3 Vacuums, and right-clicks on the tower now. They want to take the tier 2. Anti-Mage is counter-pushing, and things are looking a little scary for them. After losing that last team fight, losing a couple heroes, they've got to be worried. 2 deaths on Gyro. Tinker has died twice now. No kills or assists on him, but he is going to be able to shoot missiles on the enemy heroes.
Yeah, Mikey in the very front there, they don't really have a tank. I feel like they should almost like drop the rock just because, I don't know, it's scary. Like seeing Gyro sitting at the front. They're just like right behind Mikey. Mikey not really tanky at all. I mean, he is going for a mech, but I don't know if they should be pushing before that.
And in the meantime, Anti-Mage is counter-pushing, so they accidentally dropped 2 wards over here, by the way. It doesn't happen very often anymore.
Yeah.
Missile's going to come through. I believe they'll be able to kill this, and yeah, they do kill the missile before it lands. But tower's taking damage. There's the initiation. TC goes in. Rocket Barrage. He hasn't used Flak Cannon yet. Still waiting a bit.
Doesn't really want to sit next to those creeps. NTH now going on the chase. This might be a mistake, but nope. Nope.
Bulldog's looking for the courier. He's going to get the courier.
Mechanism.
Easy courier kill by Bulldog.
Yes, so yeah, Mechanism is finished by Darkseer. That's actually probably why they were pushing. I didn't see it on him, but it was probably on the courier bringing it. And NTH not gonna get stunned, just gonna go Invis right before that.
I think Complexity's got to back off. They're losing towers. Anti-Mage finally counter push top. They're able to defend this.
I feel like Bulba should have just stayed back until the fight was right about to start. Probably just be like, oh, if the anti-mage is here, then I should be here as well. And then, I mean, he can get back to the fight right just as fast as the anti-mage is.
S4 takes the stun. The rockets drop on top S4. There's the rocket barrage vacuum as well. They're getting low. There's the heal, but he gets killed. That's the Aegis respawn. Homing missiles come in. There's the static field, but they're all going to get outside of it. That's a huge save there. No glimpse yet as Eternal Envy is going to try to TP out. He's going to make it, but they won the team fight, and that's what they needed really big time. Aegis burned as well. Tier 2 tower should be killed here unless we see a glyph. Nope, no glyph possible. And the trap is used as well. That initiation was so sudden. I didn't even see that coming. All of a sudden it was surge, vacuums, and tethers.
Yeah, and the rock was awesome too. Perfect rock just to make sure that the TA went down. And they take a tower with that, without the TA instantly respawning. Thanks to the Aegis, the next fight is gonna be even harder for NoTidehunter. Complexity looking really strong now, and they really needed that.
Yeah, they definitely did. So top tower being defended. Wisp goes back bottom. I'm not really sure where they went top. Oh, to grab the rune. Mikey grabs the DD.
There's a million wards here. Holy shit.
Yeah, there really are. A lot of wards from the raiding team. They accidentally misplaced too, which I don't think happens very often now because there's a prevention against that. You can't drop wards one right after another anymore, I think.
Yeah, there's a Batman, by the way, under the water, which I find really weird.
Really?
Yeah, right
how
here.
Can you paint at the how can you paint the bottom of a river?
He's drowning.
Poor Batman. Get him a scuba mask or something.
Yeah, man. Probably should do that.
Disruptor currently level 8. Whiffing his ulti was a big deal, though. He really needed to land that, and they were able to get out for nothing there. Wow, Ward immediately countered here. They probably saw it get placed, though. That was only up for about 15 seconds there, and they had an Observer Ward already sitting there, so they probably saw the Ward get dropped, which is why the counter came.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, what do you think he should have done? Like, I don't know how aggressive he can be. Like you said, he's only level 8, and he has 800 HP. He probably doesn't want to get to, you know, he doesn't want to die all that fast. So that's probably why he dropped such a defensive ult.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. I think they'll grab the top tower though. TC right-clicking it. Last hit's gonna go to Gyrocopter now. Courier's going to respawn, so this could be the flood of items that they need, as Bulldog and S4 are both counter-pushing, actually, but Tinker's going to show up, and you can't stop this. Like, you push a wave, and you're just giving Tinker 6 creep kills for free, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. And, yeah, we see, I mean, yeah, Gyrocopter now has drums, by the way, and he is getting to the point where we're gonna see what his, next item's gonna be, and that's gonna be really interesting. But with drums and Yasha, he can pretty much chase anything. Plus Tether if he wants to.
Ooh, TC gets sent back top. He just teleported.
They're gonna pick off Chen. No, never mind. Beautiful stunts on the Centaurs.
This looks really bad for Complexity right now. Gyrocopter tried to TP to the bot lane, and he got cancelled. Oh, it's gonna be an ulti from Wisp instead that pulls him back in. They're gonna try to grab S4. Dust is used. He looks in a lot of trouble. Rocket Barrage has been used. Cooldown in 2 seconds. He's got a juke for a bit more, and here comes the final Rocket Barrage, and S4 is dead. That's really crucial here. Wisp is gonna get sent back. He breaks the tether, but most importantly, Gyrocopter's TP got interrupted, and Wisp was able to take him down there. I don't know if they did that on purpose, try to bait out the glimpse, but they caught up with it. And I thought that was going to leave Gyrocopter behind, and then the Dire team was going to be able to take the Rex, or at least the tower. They got the bot tower, and Anti-Mage is still farming, so he's going to be a threat, but It's only 21 minutes in, so his items are not obscene yet, but he does have a Manta style.
Yeah, that would have been really cool if that's what they did on purpose. Just like know that he's gonna get glimpsed. That's pretty cool. But I guess he could have done it the other way around as well, right?
Yeah, just been like, well, crap. I guess this is the only way to get us back. It is going to be a BKB on Gyrocopter, by the way. He just wanted to get the Ogre Club first before the Yasha. And he is maxing out Flat Cannon next. One observer ward has gotten. And the tier 2 tower now taking damage. Bulldog is on the way. Doesn't have very good items, just Phase Boots, Drum Wand. But it's going to be decent, especially against Fluff here.
Rock, wall, and cooldown are up, so everything is up. We're gonna see a rock. There it is, again on S4. Got Mikey on that, but no ult from Disruptor.
Mikey in a lot of trouble, actually.
Wow. Yeah.
Mech gets used. It's going to heal him up quite a bit. The Rock wasn't able to get the kill, but they do a lot of damage to the tier 2 tower. Bulldog's on the high ground. There's the glimpse. Going to send Fluff back. He might be in trouble. Kinetic Field doesn't catch him. Just barely outside of range. And the Fatal Bonds from the Centaur still doing some good damage to S4, and that's going right through his refraction. And now Flat Cannon. Another Fatal Bonds used. Once again on S4. Look how much damage he's taking. That was like 300 damage.
Yeah, holy guacamole.
HP removal is good.
Really cool combo. Fatal Bonds plus Gyrocopter.
Yeah, it is really sweet. In the meantime, Anti-Mage counter pushing. The bot tower's been taken out. There's the blink for it on Bulba. He's got to be careful. Really scared about an ulti. He's going to bottle up as much as possible. Kills the last illusion. And TC also teleporting. So this is going to save their Rex. This has been happening the whole time, by the way. While that mid push happened, Anti-Mage was counter pushing.
Yeah, that's a really interesting concept as well. Anti-Mage has been just pushing. At the same time, he's farming all game. So that's not looking too bad for the Dire. But I don't know. It really feels like Complexity has had the upper edge in all these team fights, but Anti-Mage hasn't been in them. Yeah. So it's gonna be really hard to say who's gonna win the team fights once Anti-Mage starts showing up. I mean, there's wall to worry about. We haven't seen that wall be used pretty much at all yet. So I don't know. I think this could still go either way.
Anti-Mage's net worth is kind of ridiculous right now compared to everybody else. 15,000 gold for him. Tinker is next closest at 8k. That's how far ahead he is. The BKB is almost finished from Gyro, but Anti-Mage just finished his BKB. And the reason he's grabbing this is because when Tinker actually finishes his Hex, he's going to have immunity for a couple seconds. They're going to find somebody in the jungle. It's going to be S4. He blinks away just in time. Vacuum is too slow, and he'll stay alive. That would have been a nice pick off for them. Anti-Mage popping Manta and running.
Yeah, I love that.
The illusions are kind of pushing. S4 actually gets spotted again. But Bulba is so far away from his sheepstick this game. He hasn't gotten nearly the kills they did in the previous.
Yeah.
That's been the decider. Only 2 deaths on him. That's it. No kills, no assists. It's been a very low kill game. I feel last game was bad. This game is all about not killing. But, I mean, the tactics are still there. They're all just playing very safe. They don't want to have to engage in situations that are going to be disadvantageous, because that can lose you games. And they've thrown rocks on TA, and TA keeps surviving, just barely. Sometimes.
Yep. And so yeah, I mean, they're like the Dire's doing a fantastic job in being defensive, and this is a game where you have to be defensive. I mean, there's a Tinker in the game, there's a Wisp in the game.
Yeah.
You have to be really careful, and the same goes for the Radiant. I mean, with PH, you don't want to give them track kills. So, as well as the Chen early on. So everyone's doing a really good job at shutting everything down except for that Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage is doing whatever he wants.
Yeah, and that reflects in his net worth. 17,000 gold. Next item will probably be a heart, maybe. He only has 1 level of mana break, actually. He's not concerned with this. And I think this is a slight waste. Well, the reason he's doing this probably is because he's worried about Darkseer ulti, I think. But I don't think that's worth it. If he had mana break maxed out, he would be able to kill Tinker so much easier. He drained mana half as fast. If he drains 80% of his mana, he just ultis and he dies every time.
Yeah, I think that goes hand to hand with what we've been seeing. I mean, he's more concerned with pushing. He hasn't been in team fights. They're not trying to engage or die. They're just playing for the late game, and I think that's why he's getting so much stats and getting more survivability. Big engagement here. Holy guacamole.
Man, Fatal Bonds up. People's gonna buy him a second. Stand in the bush, trying to stay alive.
Oh!
A just gets popped, and Bulba is so low as well. TA is gonna be able to grab Bulba. TC just not able to do quite enough here. He's gonna start the missile off against Stand in the bush, running away, but the slow is coming. Here comes the TP. He's gonna get interrupted though with the glimpse, and that's gonna be it for TC. Big loss of a team fight for Complexity. They were doing okay, but That fight in the mid, and now Anti-Mage getting too much farm. Once again, he was able to get the Aegis before the fight even started. Complexity was a little late to the party. If they would have gotten there 15 seconds earlier, might have been able to win that one, because they did kill Anti-Mage, but after that point, it was all over.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I feel like once they saw that Anti-Mage grabbed the
Aegis
thing, they should have just probably back there. Fatal Bonds going to Anti-Mage. Really, Fatal Bonds are going to be really important here. Mikey might get picked off by the Anti-Mage here. The Anti-Mage dropping to half health now. TA engaging. I'm not sure if there's a great counter push here. They're all so low. They could all fall. Look at this.
Oh my gosh, so close.
Nice job. Nice job by Eternal MD there.
They all just barely escaped. That was really close.
Yeah, I mean, let's say Bounty Hunter and TA die here. They're throwing away that advantage, that huge advantage that they just got from the last team fight. So a little bit of a risk, but ends up working really good for NoTidehunter.
That was really close. They were so close to losing a lot of heroes, but not quite anything yet. Bulbas still doesn't have Sheepstick. He's got 3 deaths on himself now. It hurts things a lot. No buybacks happen there. But as you can see from the hero levels, the EXP is quite a bit in the Dire team's favor. 14,000, mostly because of Anti-Mage, I'm sure, counter-pushing the whole time, whereas Complexity was constantly trying to 5-man one lane. And if we look at the gold graph, it's 10k in NoTidehunter's favor here.
Yeah, Anti-Mage is pretty rich, man. Holy guacamole.
Has he bought new items yet? Nope. 5,000 gold. Heart or Butterfly? One or the other, probably. I think it'll be a heart, though. If he gets a heart, I don't think he can be killed by the Radiant team anymore. This Gyrocopter is a lot of magic damage. He opted for BKB and Yasha, something he probably would have ideally had 5 minutes earlier, at least. Things still are scary with Fatal Bonds, though. So it's not over yet, but Complexity doesn't have a lot of team fights left before this is it.
Yeah, and I mean, the Anti-Mage coming out of the wall is going to be great for Complexity if they can pull that off.
There's a vacuum on the high ground. 1 ulti from Eternal Envy. Wow, somebody died really fast. That's a buyback from Wisp. There it is. Bunch of nukes going on. Wall finally being cast, but Mikey gets no vacuum on top of it. There's a couple illusions, but it's all TA illusions, and that is it. 3-4 heroes dead now on the Radiant team. Buybacks from a couple.
Yep.
It's looking really bad.
Just gonna pull back. TC actually didn't die during the entire fight, and they're just gonna call GG right now.
So NoTidehunter is going to take it 2-1 versus Complexity. Complexity is out of the tournament. They were just slightly unable to win. The fight, I think the fight in the river really crushed them at the Roshan, and then at that point it was mostly over. I mean, they weren't able to take the Rexes fast enough.
And dude, if this was a pub and I was TC, I'd be raging.
Why?
Do you see the scores?
Oh, for his allies.
It's like 0-3, 0-4, 0-2, 0-3, and TC the only one with 5 and 3, the only with any kills on Complexity.
I think it's important to point out though that it's not necessarily their fault. Like it's not.
Oh no,
their KDs aren't bad because they played bad individually. That's not the reason.
They did their jobs. So like, I'm saying if it was a pub, you know, in a pub, like everyone's for themselves. Like. They were all trying to do what's best for the team here, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I think they did an awesome job pulling and getting EXP to individual people. I mean, Tinker got his farm and got his money. It's just the kills didn't happen, at least partially, because I think they were lacking disables a little bit. So some of their kills they weren't able to get, basically.
So yeah, great effort from Complexity. I love the picks. I love the creativity. But at the end, NoTidehunter stronger today. And they're going to go into the finals, which will be casted by Purge and Toby on twitch.tv/rootgaming, so check that out. I'm out for the remainder of the tournament. Please follow me on Twitter at @rootcats. I do play Dota sometimes on my stream, this stream right here. And mainly I play StarCraft 2, a game I enjoy very much as well. So yeah, thank you very much for casting with me, Purge.
No problem. Thanks for solving my internet problem slightly. How has the robot voice been, by the way? Is it better?
It has been really good for the last 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay, fingers crossed. That'll be the case for the rest of the day.
If you become a robot, yeah.
I'm sure Toby's used to that. Most of his co-casters are usually Europeans in weird places of the world, so.
And it looks like EG won against Dignitas, so we're gonna have an EG against EG. Yeah.
That surprises me. I thought Dignitas was more likely to take that one. Huh.
Yeah, me too. Me too, to be honest. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that should be a lot of fun though.
Yeah, that's the
Should be a lot
opposite
of
way I thought this
guacamoles.
was going to go, to be honest. I thought that Complexity was going to be able to beat NoTidehunter here, and I thought that EG was going to lose to Dignitas, so I am completely wrong. Good thing I didn't bet tacos.
Yeah, good. Yeah, well, you didn't?
I did not. Not on who is going to win the matches. Hopefully your
Okay.
guys'
I know
scopes
you.
are
Oh, you
betting
want
a
to
lot
bet
better.
tacos on the last one? Although.
Oh, in the finals?
Yeah.
I don't feel safe. I haven't casted any of EG with Betas and JO yet. I haven't watched a single one of their games, so I have no idea how good they are right now. And I don't even know if Malk is there, so I can't do it. Can't do it.
Fine. I'll bet tacos on Sven being picked. Great hero. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'm out. Please buy Avermedia products. Purge and Purge will be giving you a lesson on that on the other stream.
Yep. And follow me on Facebook or Twitter as well if you guys don't know who I am. Purge Gamers at Facebook and Twitter. I do a lot of Dota content. And that's where I go primarily. So make sure you go to the other stream. I'm going to be casting that with Toby, and we'll see you guys over there in a bit.
See you.